Hello and welcome to our mid-morning edition of ARIRANG News. It's 10 a.m. on Friday, September 30th here in Seoul. I'm Mark Broom. Our top story this morning, the United States is stepping up efforts to block North Korea accessing the international banking system as punishment for the regime's recent stream of nuclear and missile provocations. Our foreign affairs correspondent Kwon So-ah starts us off.
Still not enough. The U.S. is further turning up the heat on North Korea's nuclear and missile ambitions, introducing a bill that aims to shut the regime out of the global banking system. Representative Matt Salmon, who proposed the legislation, said North Korea's nuclear program has to be stopped by, quote, preventing specialized financial messaging services to or direct or indirect access to such messaging services for Pyongyang's banks and financial entities. These services are necessary for global financial transactions by institutions as well as individuals. This means services such as the world's leading provider of secure financial messaging services, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, or SWIFT, could even be sanctioned if the North uses it for cross-border transactions with foreign banks. More than 11,000 financial institutions in over 200 countries use SWIFT. Before sanctions were lifted on Iran under its nuclear deal with world powers, Iranian banks had been disconnected from the service, which had a massive impact on Tehran's gas and oil exports. The new bill on North Korea includes a requirement that the president personally sanction those accommodating North Korea's central bank or other financial bodies with such financial services 90 days after the legislation's enactment. Kwon So-ah, ARIRANG News.
The South Korean government will officially announce the new location of the THAAD US missile defense system this afternoon. Many experts say THAAD will most likely be deployed at the Lotte Sky Hill Country Club in Seongju, Gyeongsangbuk-do province, as it is the most suitable of the three possible candidate locations. Seoul and Washington had earlier picked another site, but residents demanded it be moved to a more remote area, citing health concerns about THAAD's radar system. THAAD is expected to be deployed by the end of next year to better protect South Korea from North Korea's missile and nuclear threats. Now it's Friday, and that means we're on the fifth day of a parliamentary audit that's in gridlock. The floor leader of the ruling Saenuri Party has called for a meeting with his counterparts from the main and minor opposition parties in an attempt to break the impasse. At a party meeting this morning, Jung Jin-sok said that if the three parties get together, they can deal with the current deadlock and look to restart the audit with his party in attendance. Jung stressed that Parliament must come up with measures so the Assembly Speaker does not abuse his or her authority and stays politically neutral in future sessions. The party accuses National Assembly Speaker Jung Se-gyun of violating parliamentary law by calling a vote last week on a dismissal motion for the Agriculture Minister past a midnight deadline and in spite of a Saenuri Party protest. In economic news, Korea's overall industrial output edged down 0.1% on month in August. Statistics Korea says that while output in the mining, manufacturing, gas and electricity sectors jumped 2.3% on month, it was offset by a sharp decline in auto production, which tumbled more than 17%. Officials say the drop in vehicle production was mainly due to partial strikes at major car makers, including the nation's biggest, Hyundai Motor. Output from the service sector gained 0.7% on month, but it was up 4.7% compared to the same month last year. In the United States, at least one person is dead and more than 100 injured, some of them seriously, after a commuter train crashed into a station in New Jersey, situated just across the river from New York. The White House says the investigation is ongoing, but terrorism cannot be ruled out. Park Jong-hong with the details.
Witnesses say the morning rush hour train never slowed down before it smashed into a concrete barrier at the end of the track and plowed into Hoboken Station. The governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, says the engineer in the train crash was seriously hurt, but is well enough to cooperate with the investigation. Pressed on why the accident happened, Christie said it was too early to speculate. He said the only thing known for now is that the train came in at a much higher speed than normal. The White House said it's not aware of any evidence the crash was caused by terrorism, but it's not ruling out the possibility.
This is something that the National Transportation Safety Board is continuing to look at, so I think it's too soon to rule that out, but at this point I'm not aware of any evidence that would raise those kinds of concerns at this point.
Hundreds of emergency workers spent the morning shuttling in and out of the station to help the injured. The victims were carried to ambulances on stretchers, and several passengers had to be pulled out of the wreckage. Hoboken Station, built more than a century ago, was a scene of devastation, with part of its metal roof collapsed and mangled steel and shattered glass on the ground. Park Jung-hong, ARIRANG News.
Well, those are stories we're following on this Friday morning here in Seoul. We do have news every other hour now on Arirang TV, so please stay tuned. Until next time, goodbye.